Your reaction map or list is probably starting to have a few reactions on it. One more really interesting reaction that alkenes do is polymerization. And you had a context video that showed some polymerization, but here's the basic idea. And this is something like this is what you want on your reaction map. I'll put in just undetermined R groups and a hydrogen for fun. These R groups could be hydrogens themselves. If I take two of these molecules, and I'm not showing reaction mechanisms, but if I take two of these molecules and get them started under the right conditions with something that will break up one of the double bonds, then the double bonds, the double part can go away, and they can form a new bond between these two carbons. And so we end up with a chain that starts someplace and has R1 and R2. They might just be hydrogen. Going to the next thing with H and R3. And then it repeats. We go to this carbon here. And then it can repeat again. So how do you learn? We're not really going to be doing polymerization reactions, but if we look at a polymer that we already have, like this one here, can we look at it and figure out what the monomer units are? We're just looking for where the polymer repeats. Here's a big group sticking out to the side, and it looks the same on the left as in the middle as on the right. So it looks like I repeat every 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 carbons. So I can just go in and find the repeats. Now I'm going to draw that repeated section. But instead of a bond coming off each side, I'm going to draw that double bond in the middle of these two backbone carbons. So this here, this that I've drawn here is the monomer unit. And because you've practiced, you can draw these many different ways. We could do a skeletal structure. And this would be the alkene that reacts to form the polymer. Now maybe we have our polymer in a skeletal structure already. It's pretty easy to see these benzene rings repeating. So let's just go to the backbone and say, okay, benzene ring, carbon, benzene ring, carbon, benzene ring. So it looks like the repeats are in these locations. Now I just need to draw a single monomer. And between those two carbons, instead of having a single bond, I make it a double bond. And I can redraw that in a different structural format, maybe a semi-condensed Lewis structure. And that would be the same structure.